And welcome back to A.B.C. Murders. We are 81% done with this game, so we are almost there. I know it's been a long time since I've played this game, and I do apologize. It's just that I was trying to get some variety. Did I just hear something? Don't know. Just that I was trying to get some variety out there before I don't know, just before getting back to it, getting back on the trail. So, we're gonna go ahead and play. I may have forgotten a little bit of it, but I usually pick it up pretty fine. So, let's go ahead and play. And I'm gonna try to get all the ego points, but I've probably already missed a couple at some point of the game, and I think you get the ego points when you look at yourself in the mirror. So, okay, so right now, let's look at my objectives. I keep forgetting to deal with the, alright, victim, Dick Dunbar. Question Mrs. Marbury. Alright. Keep forgetting to deal with my, the lag in this game. It's brutal. Hang on. Okay. So yeah, it is a little hard. The line's a little hard now, but at least I can play without the lag, so our objective was to speak with Mrs. Marbury. So let's go ahead and do that. One night, what is that, 10 pounds? 1 week, 50 pounds. 1 month, 150 pounds. Ooh, we can look at that?
Marbury. There is a very pretty village by this name in Cheshire.
Get a cat. Alright, I'm ready. No, you can't snoop yet. Let's talk to her. What? Why are you going behind the counter, dude?
How do you do? You must be
Don't be
Mr.
rude.
Hercule Poirot. Chief Inspector Jupp told me that you might be coming.
Tell her she is a great deal of help. Get annoyed by seeing her peel potatoes. Peeling those goddamn potatoes? What the freak, man? Stop it. It's weird. Why would you get annoyed by seeing her peel potatoes? I don't know. What do you think this is, the military? What do you think, we're on a ship? Stop peeling potatoes.
Madame,
I don't know.
you may be of valuable help to me.
It would be my pleasure to help you. Will there be some journalists there as well?
I think you might even be interviewed. You are key witness.
Whoa.
I've suspected him for some time, but he appeared so harmless. Oh yes, sometimes he got angry and waved his arms about. But even then, he wasn't frightening. And he was as gentle as a lamb again immediately afterwards. It was only this morning that I understood. He told me he was going to Cheltenham, but my daughter saw him at Euston Station. It's not the right station. To get to Cheltenham, you have to take the train from Paddington. And what's more, Mr. Cuss left behind an A.B.C. with Doncaster underlined. As you can imagine, when I saw that, I called Scotland Yard.
Congratulate her for her observation. Ask her how she knew about the A.B.C. I would like to know how she freaking knew about Doncaster. Because Doncaster, I think they purposely didn't put that in the news. if I can remember correctly, which I can't because I didn't go back and read the playthroughs, so... Or rewatch.
One moment, please. How did you know that Cust had underlined Doncaster in his railway guide?
I went and had a look in his room.
I see. Do you make a habit of searching through your lodger's belongings?
Well, what are you going to do later? I bet you're going to poke around his room too?
Yeah, that's...
Tell me, did you have any other reason to suspect Mr. Cust?
He's rather queer. He talks to himself. He has a bad cough. Because of the war, he says. And then he was in Churston when that millionaire got murdered. I found his train ticket when I washed his coat. He didn't want me to wash his shirt. He washed it himself. But I did see big brown stains on it.
Oxidized blood. But, yeah. We're gonna go search his room because he's a suspected murderer. We're not just gonna whimsically go and search someone's room. Jeez, lady. But yeah, the spots were probably oxidized blood. So we probably won't let her on that it was blood. Because, hey, it could have been coffee. Could have been really, really thick coffee. You never know. Where were the stains?
Where were the stains on the shirt?
Can't recall.
Cust used to travel for his work. Is that correct?
Yes. Although he was unwell on trains.
Do you know where Cust was at the time of the murder in Andover and Bexhill? On June the 21st and July the 25th?
No idea.
But surely you keep a register.
It won't do you much good. Mr. Cust rents his room for the year. If he goes away for a few days, I have no reason to make a note of it. Ah! I remember one thing. Bexhill by the sea, right?
Indeed. It is a large seaside resort.
Well, as it happens, at the start of July, Mr. Cust asked me to repair his bathing dress. Suspicious, huh?
Alright, we'll ask her to continue because apparently saying the second thing offends her. Yeah, because this is what I would say. I would be like, that's not the only seaside resort. He could have been going somewhere else, dude. Could have been traveling to Miami for all you know. Not really, but you know what I mean.
Very interesting. Please continue.
I also forgot to say that he started buying newspapers that talked about the case.
Ask for more details about the newspapers. Ask when he started buying newspapers. She wants to feel like she's solving a case herself. This is the impression that I'm getting from how she feels when I'm telling her, okay, well, lovely story, but, hey, it could be something else. She wants her ego boosted, but I'm like, no, you're not a detective. You're a lodger that, peels potatoes. What the freak? Ask when he started buying newspapers. Well, that's kind of irrelevant, though. Because, how the freak she's supposed to know when he started buying newspapers. So, let's go.
Which newspapers?
The evening ones and the daily ones.
That would be all for
Try.
now. I'm going to take a look at his room.
I should
Take the key on the counter.
Alright. Let's take it. Ooh, what's this?
I don't think my register will help you. Mr. Cust rents his room all year. If he goes away for a few days, I have no reason to make a note of it.
Really? I just want to look at it, dude.
The truth is becoming apparent, and I have something to say to Mrs. Marbury.
I I can't read anything anymore because I turned my graphics down. Oh no! I might have to turn them back up. God, I wish I could.
I have something to say to Mrs. Marbury.
I totally wish that I could get a computer, or a new computer rather, but you know the budget does not allow that. I can look at her now. Let me see. I need to figure
This
out.
woman appears to be in bad mood.
Yeah, she's peeling like vigorously. Jerky movements. Uncommunicative posture. And what else?
Mrs. Marbury is taking out her bad mood on the evening meal's potato.
Yeah. Potato didn't do anything for you, or to you.
Mrs. Marbury, if I am to believe the register, you rented room 306 to a certain Mr. Fishman on the day of the Bexhill murder. Room 306 is Cust's room. Can you explain yourself?
If I did, it was because Mr. Cust wasn't here. What about it?
Be understanding. Can't accuse somebody straight out of stealing.
It doesn't matter, provided that you remember to change the sheets.
Of course I changed them. I keep a nice clean establishment, I'll have you know.
Alright. So I guess we can go. Who the freak is this? I guess we can go to his room now, but this is gonna annoy me that I can't read anything. I may have to just deal with the. Oh, look at that. Look at my reflection. It's really bad. I may have to just deal with the slight lag. Because I just. I don't know. I don't have any choice. What's this? Can I read this? It's just not smooth enough. Alright, antitussive base laudanum?
Laudanum Cameron's chemists. Laudanum, a medicine for coughs. It is what Dr. Clark prescribed for Mrs. Asher. This subject will probably be useful to me.
Okay. I don't know why in Amnesia, why do they take laudanum for when you get
Diethyl
hurt?
barbituric acid, Johnson Company. I know this medicine. It is a powerful sedative.
Obviously.
This subject will probably be useful to me.
It says sedative right on it. Alright, so yeah, I may have to deal with the lag. Like, if I can't read documents that well. Okay.
Trousers, white shirts. Everything has been washed very well. The Bexhill Daily paper, dated from the day of the Bexhill murder.
Here's his swimming shorts with the belt on it for some reason.
Most probably the basting dress repaired by Mrs. Marbury's expert hands. All the main articles referring to the A.B.C. case are here, from the Churston murder onwards. Nothing before that date.
So he only started buying newspapers when he started killing. So that's easy. Here's some A.B.C. guys.
A.B.C. guys. Enough to sign about a dozen murders.
Dang, dude. He wasn't playing.
John Milligan,
Ooh, I can
Managing Director, Silky Legs, Frederick Street, Leicester. To A.B. Cust.
Oops.
Dear
sorry.
Sir, further to our letters dated 5th and 10th of the month, We confirm we are you as door-to-door salesman, according to the conditions stated in our previous letters. We will send you the articles by mail and also a red field typewriter you will be using for every business letter. Regarding the schedule of your rounds, please do as following. June 21, Andover. Arrive by train the 20th in the evening and get a room at Station Hotel. Start your turn in the north part of the town. This letter establishes that Cust went to Andover, but the ink has hidden the destinations of his other trips. I know from Mrs. Marbury that he went to Churston. I just have to show that he went to Bexhill, and I will have proved that he was present at all the crime scenes.
Alright, so...
Did Cust drop it when he opened the window? Or was it Mrs. Marbury while she was cleaning? I have to get the ribbon. How am I going to do it?
Alright, let's see. How do you take a ribbon off of a typewriter? You slide this.
The ribbon is jammed. I have to start by freeing it. The ribbon is jammed. I have to start by freeing it.
Let's see. Maybe spacebar? I don't know. I've never had a jammed ribbon before. I'm normally able to pull it off, so I don't know. I think you do
The left-hand heel has been removed.
Okay. I think that's how you do it. Yeah, I have a
The right-hand heel has been removed.
I have one of those Remington and calculators. Typewriters is actually, I don't know, it seems a little more outdated than this one. But it's not. It's probably like maybe 80s or 50s. It's the one that, you know, you type, and the paper roller goes over, and then you pull the little lever to have it go back. The keys are similar, but they're blocky rather than circular. But yeah, so that's my typewriter. I don't really use it much anymore, but it is pretty cool. It's cool to have one.
And here is the ribbon. Let us see if it was indeed used to write the letters sent by A.B.C.
Yeah, I have my...
I only need the ink ribbon for my inquiry. I will let Jack clean the keyboard if he wishes.
Anyway, I have my handbook for the recently deceased on top of it. Let's see here.
All the letters announcing the murders were written on Cust's typewriter.
So we got evidence against
Cust is parsimonious. He keeps his pencils and sharpens them until there is nothing left. It is clear that he did not grow up in luxury.
My gosh, that was my pet peeve with people in school. Like, the people who keep the pencil and just keep sharpening it and keep sharpening it until it's this little nub. I'm like, why? Oh, why?
It's an A.B.C.
And then forbid the day that you forget your pencil and you ask them, can you borrow a pencil? My gosh. Oh my god. I would write with my fingernails before I wrote with one of those nubby pencils. Oh my gosh. That actually
A long-bladed knife. A murderer's weapon. This object would probably be useful to me.
It seems like a penknife from the picture. It's really weird. Sorry about the sniffling. Some of you guys may know that I have terrible allergies. Like, the worst allergies in the world. And I take I'd take Allegra. That usually, temporarily suppresses them.
War of 1914-1918. By the King's order, the name of Corporal A.B. Cost, Devonshire Regiment, was published on the London Gazette on May the 10th, 1918, as mentioned in a dispatch for gallant and distinguished service. An army dispatch, wounded on the Somme front, victim of a gas attack. Corporal Cost greatly deserves his distinction.
But yeah, like any medicine or medication or whatever you want to call it, it only temporarily suppresses the symptoms. It doesn't actually cure them. So, but I mean, hey, Allegra may or may not sometimes, whenever it feels like, it might suppress it for an entire day, but sometimes it just comes back. Can I get more ego points by checking myself out? No. Okay.
It is not the right time.
What? I thought I looked at everything. Maybe his bed?
How hopeful. This place is a real mess.
Bowls everywhere. Crockery in a mess. Bed's not made. Pants on the truss or chair.
The least we can say that Mr. Cost is not very concerned about order and balance.
What? He's a freaking A.B.C. murderer. That's that's the whole idea of order and balance. How's he
It is not the right time.
How's he not concerned with order and balance?
The least we can say that Mr. Cost is not very concerned about order and balance.
Alright, what's my objective? Search Cust's room. I did! Oh, I need to do this. Oh my gosh, wow. Whoa! Wait a minute. Did I answer all of these? Yeah, I definitely answered all of these. So I remember those. So this one is my next one. Alright, Alice Asher was killed between 5:30 and 6 p.m. Another sign announcing the end of her murder. She has one wound in the back of her head. I did. I reduced the time frame. I thought. Wait a minute, man. There. This is the one. Oh, I was about to freak out. I was like, I answered that one already. Where was Cust at the time of the Bexhill murder? Bexhill local paper dating the day Betty's murder. Was Betty the one killed at the beach? Betty had a photo of her and Donald. Cust was rented. His room was rented. And then he asked her to clean his bathing suit at the start of July. No? Alright. I don't have enough evidence. There.
The register shows that Cust did not sleep at the guest house on the day of the murder. Where was he? Bexhill. The Bexhill paper reveals it. Cust bought this newspaper in Bexhill on July the 25th.
I thought it was just a newspaper announcing the murder in Bexhill. I didn't know the paper was actually from Bexhill. Alright, I guess that makes sense. Jeez, dude. for the hint. There was no hint. Apparently I'm still not done searching his room. Like, it's like a 14 by 14 room. What else is there that I haven't seen? Oh, this. Okay, well.
It's closed.
Well, use the knife to open it. How do I get to my inventory? Here we go. I didn't mean to do that.
A long-bladed knife. A murderer's weapon.
Okay. I forgot you have to click and drag. Okay, let's open it.
This knife is very useful. Who knows? Maybe it never cut anything other than string. Stockings.
Oh, snap. The stockings that he was going around selling to get into women's houses. It's really crazy that, like... Okay. I'm done with that. Is it checked off yet? I found 4 out of 4 over here. Like, what else could there be? Okay, it's saving, so maybe I've searched this room fully. No, I haven't. Alright, let's start looking at our inventory. Apparently we have not, like... I only need the ink ribbon from custom typewriter for my inquiry. I will let Jep clean the keyboard if he likes. Okay, so... Do I take this off, or do I leave it? I think I just leave it. There's no way to take that off. Let's check the sedative out.
I know this medicine. It is a powerful sedative.
Anyway. Yeah, there's nothing with that. Nothing with that, of course. Can I leave? I haven't tried to leave.
It is not the right time.
Yeah. I don't know what else is in this room. Like, seriously. Let's check out. Wait. I see blood on the floor. Oh.
This dark stain. It could be blood, but goodness knows how long it has been there. No use continuing the inspection of this room.
Okay.
I've seen all there is to see.
Finally. It's been like 30 minutes already, man.
Goodbye, Mrs. Marbury. Thank you for your help.
I look forward to seeing you again, Mr. Poirot.
Ah, Chief Inspector. I was about to leave.
Good evening, Chief Inspector. Welcome. Please excuse me, I must go to the kitchen. I'll leave the key of Mr. Cust on the counter.
I'm sorry I'm late. I've spent ages with the Doncaster police. And you?
I have established one fact. On 3 occasions, Cust was at the scene on the day of the crimes.
Alright. What? Let's look at him.
I had best talk to Jap.
Okay.
I've listened closely to what you have to say, Poirot. For me, there's no doubt Cust is guilty. Do you have any element that might prove the contrary?
No, I don't.
That is what we're going to look for.
Why?
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Why would I try to prove him not guilty when he is guilty as sin? Alright, so let's look. Material let's look at the question first. Was it possible for Cust to have killed the 3 victims? Was it possible for Cust to have killed the 3 victims? All the letters sent to Poirot come from his typewriter. That's one. Cust was in Bexhill at the time of Eddie Barnard's murder. He keeps newspapers to talk about the murders. He has a knife like the one used to stab Sir Carmichael. He lied about his destination. Cust was in Andover on the day of Alice Answer's murder. He suffers from hematitis? Hematitis? I don't know. He brings up blood when he coughs. He had blood on him, so that can relate to each other. So, he has A.B.C. guides in his home. He was in Andover. Let's just try this just for the heck of it. And then we'll kind of, that's all three victims. That connects him to all three victims. Wait, maybe this does. No. The one thing is that I need more like connections, because there's so much stuff here that stacks up against him, but it's not what we need. We need the clues that connects him to all three murders. And I mean, like, the fact that he had a knife and he was in Churston, the exact same knife that killed him. All the letters came from that typewriter announcing the murders. Okay. Keeps newspapers to talk about the murders. He lied about his destination? No. It's just that he has A.B.C. guides then. Nope. Okay. He had blood on him. Nope. Because he could have coughed it up. Oh. What about this one? What about this one? I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure this out. I need to cut all the way through, so let's go ahead and do that. I'll be right back once I figure it out. I'm gonna freaking connect everything together. I think I figured it out. The only thing that completely connects everything is that at each point of the murder, he was in the town where the victim was killed. Everything else is just supportive evidence, I guess. And we only have 3 slots. So let's just try saying that he was in each one of the areas at the time of the murders. Right? Where were those? Where the freak was the thing? Yeah, he was in Andover at the time of Alice Asher's murder. Let's try it. I'll keep your fingers crossed. Yes! Cust was in all the towns. Alright, next question. Are there any common points between Cust and the killer? He has the A.B.C. guides. Okay. Yeah, so this is where we stack up the supportive evidence that he definitely did it. So we need to figure that out. He has the knife, and all of the things come from his typewriter. That's where I was trying to connect it. I was trying to connect the entire thing too early. Alright, so is Cust's behavior suspicious? He lied about his destination. He keeps newspapers that talk about the murders. And he had blood on him. Bam. Done.
The evidence against Cust is overwhelming. His presence at the scenes, the knife, the blood-stained shirt, the A.B.C's in a box.
C'est vrai. However, the blood Mrs. Marbury saw on Cust's shirt may have been his own. According to his medical records, he suffers from hemoptysis. The murderer cut Sir Carmichael's throat from behind, and the blood spurted outwards. You would expect the murderer's shirt to be stained on the sleeves, not on the buttonholes, yet we see quite the opposite. You would expect the murderer to keep the newspaper articles about his crimes. But Cust's collection starts in Shuston, as if it discovered the case rather late.
I agree it's troubling, but it doesn't change my mind. There's small details that we should be able to clear up by questioning Cust.
When can we talk to him?
Doncaster is sending him to us on the first train.
Are they questioning him already?
He says he can't remember a thing.
It's plausible. Doctors say he suffers from absences and amnesia. Mrs. Marbury has confirmed this.
He may have done the murders in an altered state.
A familiar situation.
It's not enough to clear his name. Dr. Thompson insisted that even if you don't know what you're doing, you never commit a murder without wanting to.
Très intéressant. I shall remember that.
Right. I'll go and examine the suspect's room.
Chief Inspector, I took the liberty of removing a few clues to examinatum.
All right, we'll discuss them tomorrow. In the meantime, I'm going to see if you've missed something.
What? I missed nothing. Alright, so let's go home. Solve this murder and be done. Be done with this game. I think I'm gonna end this here because I've already recorded for like half an hour and I already have enough trouble keeping you guys engaged longer, or even at that amount of time. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this here, and we'll come back next time. I'm not sure when, and solve this murder. So what we need to do is we're going to Scotland Yard, actually. So yeah. But if you do enjoy this series and you're happy that we're back on it again, hit the like button, comment, subscribe to join the souls, and you have a wonderful day. Bye.